Hello and welcome to I Can't Say It, day 216. Yes, I'm a little lower in the frame because the phone is now sitting on a big box of Legos and on top of the dresser that my grandfather made for me, and the relative height of the workout bench I'm sitting on has me lower than before. So you get to see a map of the world behind me, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's the Doctors Without Borders map. Anyway, so I weighed myself this morning, and I had the most interesting number. It was like 262.6. First time I'd been below 263. I really hadn't been trying, and I'm not sure what happened. So I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, which I don't know what that is, and hope that the number stays down. But there's always the possibility the number is going to go up. So what does it matter? Ooh, I don't know. Remember, my goal for August 6th is to be anywhere below 264. And if I'm at 262 point something, ooh, so much the better. Then what's the goal for the following week? Don't worry about that just now. We will worry about that come Monday. Monday, August 6th. Everybody knows what that date is. That date is the anniversary of the dropping of the bomb on Hiroshima. Yeah, the Japanese were about to surrender anyway, and we went and dropped the bomb. I'm not sure we made the wisest choice. Killing hundreds of thousands of people with an atomic bomb. I mean, I get the experimentation of what the fallout and how it impacts the people, but was it necessary? I don't know. I didn't study any of the information. I didn't study what the thought process was. Clearly, the experimentation was going on while Franklin Roosevelt was alive, and he probably authorized it. But as we know, Franklin Roosevelt died in April 1945, and the bomb was dropped on Hiroshima and then Nagasaki. On Hiroshima on August 6th, 1945. That meant that it was Harry Truman who gave the go-ahead to drop the bomb. And you wonder what kind of conversations took place between Roosevelt and Truman about the atomic bomb. Because traditionally, vice presidents don't really have any authority. They really don't have much work to do at all. They can break ties in the Senate. Woohoo! But their role is not really specified out in the U.S. Constitution, so you have to wonder if Truman was picked just because they had to have somebody. But let's not forget, Franklin Roosevelt was not feeling well at the time, and you can tell when you see him in those pictures with Stalin and Churchill that he was in ill health. So that had to have been going through their mind when they chose Truman as Franklin's running mate in the election of 1944. I'm sure Doris Kearns Goodwin has written on the subject or has had something to say on the subject, and so I would find it interesting to hear what she had to say about Truman's role in the dropping of the atomic bomb vis-a-vis Franklin Roosevelt and the starting of the research of dropping the bomb. Because we know they tested the bomb in New Mexico, and they wanted to know what it was how it was going to impact human life. But the Japanese were going to surrender. They were not doing well in World War II. And so you had to wonder, well, is this just the death blow, to Japan to just say, well, guess what? You've caused all this grief, and guess what? You're not going to get off lightly. So you got to wonder why they picked Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They didn't pick Tokyo. They didn't pick Osaka. They didn't pick Kobe. They picked, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I'm sure there's a lot of literature written on the dropping of the bomb, and I guess I could find it and do the reading and satisfy my curiosity, and perhaps I will if I come across such a book. Alright, so wait. Oh, I guess I could do an Aesop's Fable. Let's see if I even have them. Because as I was cleaning out the little house here because we were moving some things around in the house, and so the dresser that my grandfather built was coming out of my son's room and going back out here, which, by the way, is full of empty drawers. I had not remembered that. So now I've got places to store some things. Anyway, so in order to move the dresser out here, I had to tear down one of the tables and clean off the other one. So in here, it actually looks a little bit better, a little bit worse at the same time too. All right, so let's do a quick Aesop's Fable, The Bathing Boy. Alrighty, a boy who had strayed out of his depth began to drown in a river, when a passing stranger saw him and began to scold him for being reckless. Please help me out first, then by all means scold me afterwards, pleaded the boy. I think I read that one yesterday. The Farmer and the Stork, well, we read that one. The birds, the beasts, and the bat. Treachery, no. Let's get your boy the moral. While the birds and the beasts were at war against each other, the bat continually changed sides according to whichever was winning. During the war, neither the birds nor the beasts paid much attention to the bat. And when peace was restored, no one would have anything to do with him because of his treachery. And the moral is, treachery never pays. Yeah, you don't want to go with whatever way the wind blows. You must have principles and stick to them. To any GOP members who are, any GOP Republicans who are listening to this, could you please do that? You know, it would be really great if you stuck to your principles, because you know you're not. I've been listening to you. Orrin Hatch can't vote for any of the Democratic president's choices for the Supreme Court of the United States for the last 24 years. And here he is crying about bipartisanship. And where has it all gone? Please give me a break. Senator Orrin Hatch, it is time for you to retire. I know you are retiring. It has long been your time to retire. You need to go. You are no longer serving the state of Utah. We don't appreciate your service to the state of Utah. You have not been working for the interests of the people. Yes, I am in California, but I follow what's going on in other states. That's what you do when you're an American. You pay attention to what's going on and to what the senators are doing, and whether what they're doing is for the benefit of not just the people of their state, but all Americans. So yes, I will call Mitch McConnell and let him know that I think he's doing a terrible job. He's Speaker of the House, so he has some say over what gets done in the Senate. Senator Feinstein, Senator Harris are my senators, and I will call and let them know. All right, enough said about that. I think that it is time to hit the hay. It is time to go to sleep and time to get some rest. So I'm going to wish you all a pleasant evening. See you all tomorrow being Sunday, August 5th. Talk to you later.